Let's go to the absolute most important people in our ecosystem. It's the viewers and the listeners, as I am wont to do on the Friday show. We do these calls via Discord. You can find our Discord for free at davidpakman.com/Discord. Let's start with Andy in Berkeley, California. Andy in Berkeley, we pray to the gods of technical issues and hope that we start strong. Go ahead.
Hi, David. Thanks for taking my call.
Pleasure.
So I've got a question about, obviously with the Democratic Convention in Chicago and with all the student protests that are going on, people are drawing parallels to 68. I wouldn't be concerned about something like 68 happening this year, but the media talking about it kind of almost, I'm afraid it might make it real. And then secondly, they're talking about outside influencers. And I think the police said that there were anarchists on the campus in Columbia. But I'm more concerned about Russian disinformation playing a role and, quite frankly, Steve Bannon's Gamergate trolls. What's your level of concern about that?
So let me see if I understand, Andy. You're saying it's conceivable that we will see protests at both or the Dem convention this summer?
Yes.
Are you saying at both conventions or just the Democratic convention?
Oh, no, the Democratic convention.
At the Democratic convention. Okay. That will be reminiscent of 1968 Vietnam War protests. But your concern is that they may not be completely grassroots, that they may be astroturfed either by outside influence, people like Steve Bannon, or Russia.
Exactly.
So listen, here's the deal. What I am not going to do here is suggest that a bulk of the current protests that we are seeing are astroturfed or not what they claim to be. I think the vast majority of the protesters we've been seeing are genuine in their beliefs to the extent that they have a clue what's going on. And we've seen dozens of videos of people who are asked, what are you why here? Why at NYU? And they go, I don't know. Why are we at NYU? Something about Free Palestine. So listen, number one, there are people who just don't have a clue what's going on. There are people who, when you actually ask them, what are your demands? They either don't have any or they're completely unreasonable. Like, for example, full divestment before we leave. And it's like, it takes years for institutions like these to make moves with their endowment. So the best you could maybe hope to secure is them saying, we will reconsider certain investments. So you've got that. You have people who seem very confused about what is even constituting peaceful protests. Like, is it peaceful when you block certain people from doing things? Is it peaceful to sing songs about we love Hamas rockets or stuff like that? But the top level, if you're using speech and when you start blocking access or putting up tents, that may violate university rules, but you have to be allowed to speak. I think it's despicable to say we love Hamas rockets, but it seems to be that if that's all you're doing, it's just speech and it must be allowed, etc. Now, are there a lot of people that are being arrested who don't have student IDs at the respective universities and might be agitators? Yeah, they might be, but also who says that if you go to Columbia and you're at NYU protesting, that you're not genuine in your beliefs just because you don't have an NYU ID? You hear what I'm saying, Andy?
I do, and I don't mean to discount the deeply held and truly felt beliefs
Right.
that I'm sure are out there.
Yep.
I'm more concerned about outside influences like the Bannons and Russians as opposed to these
Right.
anarchists
So I'm
that are
building
being.
to that. So here's the
Okay,
bottom
okay.
line. I am concerned about that. And the reason I gave that whole spiel at the beginning is the fact that Russia and Bannon would have an interest in generating violence and property destruction and all those things shouldn't diminish that the vast majority of the protesters are genuine in their beliefs, as naive or uninformed as they might be. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's my sense. And obviously, I'm against violence of any kind. I'm against this sort of provocateurism. And I don't know to what extent there may be protests. I mean, listen, here, I think there's going to be quite a security perimeter around the DNC. And so there may be some protests. I think they're going to be pretty far from the action. And we will see what level of media coverage they get.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, David.
All right, Andy from Berkeley, California. Great to hear from you. Let's go to Pam from Florida. Pam from Florida, welcome back to the program. What's on your mind today? What's going on?
Hi. Well, I just wanted to make a quick comment to the listeners, especially in Florida, that today is the start of the 6-week abortion ban. Just to anybody who is voting or cares to protect women's rights, there'll be a ballot initiative. We're reminding everyone coming up in November to put back the constitutional right for women to choose, because 6 weeks is pretty much in effect, a total abortion ban.
Yeah. I know a couple of people right now who, when they found out they were pregnant, because it's based on, correct me if I'm wrong, Pam, I don't pretend to be an expert in this, but I know a little something about it. I guess when you find out you're pregnant, you then are asked what was the first or last day of your previous period.
Right.
And very often that puts you at 6 weeks by the time you find out that you're pregnant.
Yes, more like 8. But yeah, absolutely. You don't know you're pregnant at 6 weeks for the most part. You don't not necessarily even feeling anything to test or have missed for any length of time. So and it's and then again there's no real exceptions other than life threatening. So it's pretty dark. And also just sorry, quick note, there is a wonderful person running to unseat Senator Rick Scott. So look for Debbie Merkisol, because she is running on the
former congresswoman. She's been a guest on this program, a very nice person.
And because we all know he is way in favor of that ban, and also he wanted to get rid of Social Security and all that. So he's not good for us Floridians.
Very much not. Well, listen, Pam, I should be down in Florida soon, appearing on a number of different programs and podcasts. It should be a very, very interesting situation. So I hope all is well down there.
I was in Miami. You come up to West Palm or the Palm Beach area ever?
I did go up to, I think it's called, is it Royal Palm Beach or something like that?
Yeah, that's a little bit north. Yep.
Yeah, I have a couple friends up there. It's quite a scene, I have to tell you.
Yeah, I'm in East Lake Worth, which is pretty democratic, so it's a friendly environment. But really, one quick thing: has the Palestinian protests changed or shifted your concern as far as the people sitting out because they're mad at Biden? Has it increased or shifted that concern because of these protests that are making, like you said, people who are ill-informed feel a certain way?
It really hasn't. I mean, I'm still going by the polling, and the polling has this as like the 10th or 15th most important issue for voters overall. So I think everything matters, but I don't know that this is an election shifting situation.
Right. Okay. Because, you see the things people write and you just want to cringe because, hey, you're going to go against all the groups you're supposedly for. But anyway, so to all my fellow peeps in Florida, if you know anybody, please get them out to vote, especially on that initiative. So.
All right, Pam from Florida, thank you so much for the call. Always great to hear from you. Sweaters, candles, the dreaded bathrobe. Unfortunately, Mother's Day gifts can be a little predictable and boring, which is why an Aura frame is the perfect gift to mix things up this year. Named the best digital photo frame by Wirecutter, Aura frames are guaranteed to bring joy to moms of all ages. I don't live super close to my parents, so giving them an Aura frame with pictures of the baby was a perfect gift. Both I and they can add pictures to the frame using the Aura app, no USB, just infinite cloud photo storage where it all happens seamlessly over Wi-Fi, super easy. Not only will she be grateful, it's not another sweater. She'll also love that an Aura frame gets she means to see more of you. Right now, Aura has a great deal for Mother's Day. Go to auraframes.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman for $30 off plus free shipping on their best-selling frame. The link is in the description. Terms and conditions apply.